Hello, TheoTraders. This is Gianni Depoce, and today is the 5th of March, 2024, and stocks are on the defensive right now. And it's been a pretty long, arduous process, but the risk-off signals that we've listed in recent weeks finally appear to be culminating. But we've said that a couple times, and stocks have rebounded. But now we're seeing tech and semiconductors lead the market lower, along with the flight to safety trade unfolding in bonds and even in precious metals. So let's go through a few charts here together today and see what is going on in markets. Starting off with the NASDAQ, which rallied to a new all-time high in the NASDAQ 100 futures. And now we're seeing some pretty big selling today, being led lower by some big tech names like Apple and Crowdstrike. Those were some pretty important stocks in this market. As you can see, Apple broke below some key support over the last couple of sessions, and I'm really keen on seeing it hold above this low from October, because if we start to break below that October low, I think this route could be really dangerous and start to spill over into the broader market. Now, today we have earnings in Crowdstrike. This is a stock that I have owned going back to October, so I'll be watching this one very carefully. Gap down today, trading near the lows. We had that gap down happen a few weeks ago towards the end of February, but we did recover off that. Doesn't seem like it's happening so far today. Perhaps the market's discounting some sort of bad earnings revision. But as long as we are above former resistance turn support in the 260, 265 area, I think that we could see this bull market eventually continue as long as we don't start to close strongly below there. Now, taking a look at semiconductors, pretty strong potential sell signal in the works here. You have this bullish divergence here, and I think what is happening is that upside momentum is waning, and now you have this bearish island reversal in effect as well. You gapped up yesterday, closed well off the highs of the day, and now we are closing that gap after a gap down today. So that doesn't mean that the bull market is over, but at the very least would look for a retest of this lower trend line in either this ascending channel or this rising wedge formation. But if that breaks, look for a dip into the $4,200, $4,300 area in the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index. Now, some of the chip names that we've had in the books are actually holding up surprisingly well. So happy to see that. AMD consolidating near the highs, Marvell hanging out near the highs as well. Was looking at some other opportunities in Amcor recently. Haven't quite triggered an actual trade on this yet, but I do like the price action because it is consolidating near the highs, and you have this big cup and handle base here. So I don't think the semiconductor story is over yet. I just think we're a little overbought and due for some sideways consolidation and perhaps even a little bit of a pullback. Take a look at NVIDIA, which is down 0.5% on the day. Some may make it seem like it's on the precipice of a big decline, but if a stock like NVIDIA, which has been a market leader, is going to decline, you better believe it's going to take the rest of the market with it. So, really for me, as long as NVIDIA doesn't close this gap from the 21st of February following its earnings, I think you still have to favor the bull side and look to buy on the dips. Okay, so let's take a look at some other Magnificent Seven names. Seeing some distribution of Microsoft as well. Google has been on the defensive, but up off the lows of the day. Tesla seemingly breaking down from a bear flag formation. Our first stop is 160, but if that breaks, I think Tesla could end up being a $100 stock and ultimately be removed from the Magnificent Seven. Taking a look at Netflix here. Netflix is seeing a little bit of a gap down and selling as well. And another thing that I'm watching really closely at the moment is the price action in cryptocurrencies. So we saw a rally to new all-time highs in Bitcoin. That hasn't been the case in Ethereum, but this does confirm the bull market is in effect. So I'm looking for a pretty sharp pullback over the next month or two, and perhaps as low as the $40,000, $45,000 area. But I think that's a dip that we're going to want to buy in the next month or two in crypto. Ethereum exceeding our upside target that was in the $3,300 to $3,500 area. It's very overbought at this point. So here too, looking for a multi-week decline to begin at any time, but I think it's a dip buying environment, and it's so important that crypto eventually bottoms and returns back to new highs, because it's been an excellent leading indicator for risk appetite in the stock market. But you look at some of these crypto names, MicroStrategy finally seeing some selling. We filled that gap from yesterday, but a lot of weakness in the mining names like Riot Blockchain and in Mara. So that's kind of kept me on the sidelines over the last couple of weeks. We've had some really nice trades in crypto, so not looking to give those gains back anytime soon. Coinbase did make a new high today, but seeing some sell-off as well. Now, I want to talk about what's going on in bonds because I think we're on the precipice of a return to the traditional flight to safety trade. Looks like we're coming out of an important low, and I would look for the bond market rally to continue at least over the course of the next month or two. And we're seeing duration lead on the upside, which is typically a risk on for the asset class. And, I'm looking for, in 10-year notes, perhaps another 4 to 5 points on upside. When it comes to 30-year bonds, probably another 8 to 10 points of upside at the least. And what this prospect of lower interest rates is doing is giving us a tremendous opportunity in the precious metal space. So gold closed at its highest level in history yesterday. Didn't really see and hear many headlines about it. All the attention's on stocks and on crypto, and that's fine because we started aggressively buying precious metal names about 2 weeks ago. On Friday, we issued a back up the truck rating on a couple precious metal names. I'll share those with you in just a moment. But gold set to close at another new all-time high today. We're about just under $3 short of a new all-time high at an intraday level. And I'm still pretty constructive on silver, despite the sell-off that we're seeing today. It did make a new high. We did just have a contract rollover. So let's take a look at the May contract here exclusively. I would like to see silver at least take out 25 and, maybe even hit $30 in the next couple of months. I think that silver could be a big surprise this year. So, when we were looking at these precious metal spot prices, started buying Anglo Ashanti back here on the 23rd of February. And then on Friday, after it looked like precious metal spot prices were finally breaking out, issued a back up the truck rating on Anglo Ashanti and Agnico Eagle mines. And we've seen some follow through, a rare breakout here from a diamond reversal formation. I don't make a lot of trades on that pattern, but it did work out in this case. I must admit the cycles kind of helped me more in that department. But Agnico Eagle Mines is another stock in the sector that is doing really well. So I would definitely keep an eye on precious metals over the coming weeks. I think there's a tremendous profit potential here, very discounted in the mining space. Gold's on the precipice of a new all-time high, but you look at, GDX, and you zoom out and look at how it's been trading over the last couple of years, you'll see that we are still well off of its all-time highs going all the way back to September of 2011. So I'm not saying we're going to go back to a new all-time high this year. I'm just saying it's a very cheap sector in a very expensive stock market. So keep an eye on it. But also watch Gold Fields LTD pretty closely, especially if we start to take out that high for May of 2023. I think precious metals are offering a really good safe haven opportunity with the prospects of economic slowdown, rate cuts later this year on the horizon, and even a stock market correction. So keep an eye on precious metals. That's all I had to share with you today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching and hope to see you in the TheoTrade chat room.